Hey, my name's Kevin Kernan, Deerpark High School Industrial Technology Instructor, Deerpark, Washington. And I'm also a Career Tech Ed Director for the district, and that's why we have a shop the way we have it. It's important that we have industrial equipment, commercial equipment to have kids understand what's going on in the business world and the manufacturing world as well. The big thing with Deerpark High School, we integrate a lot of technology with wood and metal, and that's what kind of makes us unique in the big picture. We cut a lot of aluminum on our Laguna Smart Shop 2, and a lot of the things that we do are created in SolidWorks. So that's our design platform. So from our CAD lab, it goes right to the table, and kids are able to utilize the machine and technology to be creative in their works. It's all student-driven, project-driven instruction. So that's the beauty of it. And the big thing is that I have no recruiting to do. Kids are always knocking on the door. They want to make sure they're here early and be on the machinery. And so that part of my job is very simple. As you can see, it's a fully integrated program between the design on the front end and the finished products on the back end, full metals and wood shop. And you got MIG, TIG, you've got stick, plasma cutting on the metal end side of it. So we do welding competitions to understand, the kids understand that quality is the most important part of the game, along with safety being, obviously overrides anything. So between that and the wood shop, it's a great opportunity for students to mix media, and that opportunity is very apparent in the products that they make. So the end result is what I'm really concerned with, because a lot of the things that these guys will build, they will contend in a national contest possibly with some of the work that they do. So high-end stuff, design, build approach.
I'm Jonathan George, and I'm part of the Deerpark Tech here at Deerpark High School, and we use a program called SolidWorks, and we run on the Laguna CNC. Last year, some students did a project for seating in our commons, made some really beautiful benches, and it was a miracle worker. It allowed us to do everything that we wanted to do in the past, except, what would take a week and only an hour.
These are my seniors. They've been with me for a number of years, and I'll tell you what, they produce quality pieces of work. They're my team leaders, go-to guys. If I gotta have a problem solved, I'll run to these guys for the solution. Guarantee you they're going to make businesses very happy. They got great work ethics and work in a safe environment all the time. So I appreciate all their help. They've done a great job the last 4 years, and I couldn't do without these gentlemen. We solve every problem that we come across on the Smart Shop 2, and the kids gravitate towards it because it's just a cool piece of equipment, and when they're able to operate it and they're able to learn it without making mistakes, that's the big thing. And they understand that they have to be incredibly detail oriented with this piece of equipment, because it costs money when things get broken. So we hold them accountable for understanding. Aaron's put together this table. He cut everything on the Laguna Smart Shop 2. All the aluminum legs were done, and he did all the design work on SolidWorks. So if I ask Aaron what the most important part of the project was, what would you say the most difficult part of this whole thing was?
Well, I'd have to say that probably the most difficult part was making sure that when I was cutting the legs out on the Laguna Smart Shop 2 is getting everything right the first time. The aluminum's not cheap to buy, so when you are trying to make something for production, that you make sure that it's not quantity, it's quality. So when you're doing that stuff, making sure that everything's done right the first time. That way you don't have to spend the extra money and do it over again.
We're going to go ahead and cut this slightly so that we can bring it back to our finish room and refinish this top. The thickness of your material is going to be 2.91 at 9. And then we're just going to do a pocket cut all the way over the top of it, okay? And then if you have any questions, let me know. We found that the cedar is so soft that if you don't use a kind of an acrylic finish on it, it tends to be scratched and dented very easily. We'll do another pass. I figured we'd have to do more than one. I just don't want to get too aggressive.
Like Mr. Kernan said, that we didn't like the finish on it, so we're using this to fly cut it. Cut it all smooth again. We had a problem with we have a dip in it, so we are going back through and recutting it, making sure everything's level, and then gonna refinish the whole top.
All right, well, we sure appreciate you guys coming up to film us this week, and we appreciate the fact that Laguna Tools is a great support mechanism for us to keep this machine running, and it's a great machine. Got to put a big shout out to Laguna for all they do for us in our school. Go Stags! All right.